Best practices during a recession 2023. In general, the economic data that is coming out on both the US and the world at large is not good. We are likely either in a recession now or one is barreling towards us. It is also likely that things will get worse before they get better. So, what to do during these difficult economic times? How can we keep a level head and not get overwhelmed? How do we make the wisest choices to protect ourselves? In this video, we'll give you a number of practical tips for what to do with your personal finances during a recession to come out the other side in the best possible shape. Before we begin, please like this video and hit the subscribe button with notifications turned on so you will be the first to know about new content. Our mission at the Dream Up channel is to empower people to achieve financial independence. Subscribing will help us achieve that goal. Now, let's get back to today's video. We've lived through good times and bad, and we find ourselves entering not great economic times. The free money from the government and cheap loans are over. The times of low inflation and rising wages are behind us. We are basically at full employment now, but there are some signs that job losses might increase in the future. So, what do we do? Let's go through a list of practical things that we at the Dream Up channel recommend as solid tactics to get through challenging economic times as strongly as possible. 1. Increase your savings and pad your emergency fund. Yes, our first suggestion is not to pay off debt but to increase savings. These times are so unprecedented and difficult to predict that if you had to choose one over the other, having some savings is better than not having debt. The reason is that having extra savings can be used for anything that you need. Not having debt helps in the long run, but you might need that cash urgently. If you are confident that you have sufficient savings to cover yourself, then by all means pay off some loans, especially high-interest credit cards. This will reduce your future liability of principal as well as reduce the interest you pay on the debt. 2. Stay on top of your debt. If at all possible, continue making the minimum payments on your loans. Late or missed payments will lead to a reduction in your credit score, which would hamper your ability to get credit in the future, or at least at favorable terms. So, stay on top of your payments. If you can't make all the payments on time, first contact your lender to see if they can help you by adjusting your payment schedule temporarily more favorably. If you have to miss a payment on unsecured debt. As we discussed in the video on a deep dive into what debt actually is, there is both secured and unsecured debt. With secured debt like a car loan or home mortgage, the lender can repossess the asset that is collateral, meaning they could repossess your car or put a lien on your home. Lenders cannot do such things with unsecured debts. They can't take away your college degree or the sweater you bought on sale with your credit card. So, pay your secured debts first so you don't risk losing key assets. Consider selling secured assets to generate cash to pay off debts. You'd be better off selling that now slightly used car to raise cash to pay off the debt than getting it repossessed. Downgrade to an old used beater car that will still get you from point A to point B but won't cost you much. Sell your house to get out from under the mortgage. It's possible that you have sufficient home equity built up if you've owned the home for a while, that in a true long-term difficult situation, you could survive on that equity in cash. Downgrade to a smaller home or apartment that costs less to live in. 3. Reduce household expenses. This goes without saying and needs to be done immediately. Cut drastically. Likely there are lots of ways you can save money. We'll list out examples of what can be done, including several that are likely fairly harsh. Sell the house and downgrade to a smaller, less expensive home or apartment. Even if this means that you have to be more cramped, have less storage, or even move into a neighborhood that is not your dream. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Sell the new car. Buy a used beater, yes. Put aside your ego. These are difficult times. You can go without something flashy. Stop eating out. Like completely cease eating out, including no coffee from Starbucks. Prepare meals at home and bring them with you. Make coffee at home rather than stopping at the coffee shop. You can save a massive amount of money by shifting all your eating to grocery rather than the restaurant. Save on groceries. Buy in bulk at a warehouse club like Costco, Sam's Club, or BJ's Wholesale. Note that sometimes people end up buying more than they need and waste money, but if you know you will consume it, warehouse clubs can typically save you a lot of money. Shop at lower expensive stores like Walmart and Target rather than grocery retailers like Kroger or Albertsons. Look for coupons. Grocery chains typically sell a huge amount of their items on deals in order to draw people in. Cherry pick your shopping to buy only the products at grocery chains that are on sale. Eliminate streaming subscriptions. In these difficult times, every dollar matters. If you have subscriptions to Netflix, Hulu, Apple TV, HBO Max, Disney Plus, Peacock, Spotify, etc., you know what to do. On that note, review your credit card to find other unwanted subscriptions that you have. How many things have you signed up for in the past that charge your credit card a few dollars a month or once a year that you have forgotten about? Most people have many costs like this that they have forgotten. Have a budget and stick to it. This is the time to really tighten the belt. Analyze your budget to see what you can cut out. Make sure that you are sticking to your budget. If you allocated $60 for a grocery trip, only spend $60 for that trip. Use a cash-based envelope system to hold yourself accountable to spending limits. Take out an amount of cash that you allocate to a line item, and only walk into the store with that amount of money. This will truly force you to think carefully about what you buy. 5. Reduce energy costs. Set the heater to a lower temperature, or next summer set the air conditioner to a higher temperature. If you have a smart thermostat, turn it off at night when your family isn't active so the temperature doesn't have to be quite as perfect. Switch to energy-efficient light bulbs. Seal air leaks around doors and windows. Change air filters more frequently. Replace old appliances with more energy-efficient versions. Turn off lights and vampire electronics, those which draw small amounts of energy by being on and dormant even when you are not using them. None of these ideas will solve all your problems, but all of them will help in totality and are better for you anyhow. 6. Consider a job switch. The job market is still very strong with millions of open jobs and not a lot of qualified candidates for them. You might have opportunities to make a change and get more money for doing so. A Pew Research Center study saw that workers who changed jobs between April 2021 and March 2022 saw earnings jump by more than 10%. 7. Get a side hustle or earn passive income. We have covered side hustles in a separate video and will do a series on making money online. This might be the time to forego your evening TV watching in order to drive for Uber to make some extra cash. 8. Stay invested. If at all possible, don't sell your assets that are in the stock market. If it is an emergency, of course, you should sell. However, selling your assets at a loss just to shore up your cash position is not prudent. One saying in the finance industry is that bull markets make you money. Bear markets make you rich. This means that if you can stay invested or even increase your investments, while assets are inexpensive and have sold off from highs, which can lead to long-term gains when the market recovers, which is inevitable will. Remember that times are tough and there will be good times ahead. Hunker down now when things are difficult and have the plan to get through it. Don't get overwhelmed or panic. Just have a plan and stick to it. Stay positive and you'll weather the storms that are coming. Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Also, let us know if you have specific topics or questions you want us to address in future videos. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can help achieve our mission of empowering people to achieve financial independence. Thank you for watching and we'll see you next time.